On today's Live Daily News, a murder suspect is on the run in San Angelo. A Cristobal man has been arrested for kidnapping, and find out who rodeo fans want to compete in this year's cinch roping fiesta. Plus, Wallhead football coach Houston Guy recaps their first scrimmage. All this and more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. But before we get to the news, situated downtown on the Concho River, the recently remodeled Clarion Hotel provides an upscale, convenient location for your next business trip or meeting. All the rooms are upgraded for your maximum comfort. The Clarion has a full-service restaurant and bar and serves a hearty hot breakfast every morning. The Clarion has ample meeting space for your next meeting or company get-together, and it's the only hotel just steps away from the McNeese Convention Center. For business or pleasure, choose the upgraded Clarion Hotel. We start the show today with news coming out of Cristobal. 57-year-old Gerald Don Johnson has been arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The Tom Green County Sheriff's deputies responded to the 3900 block of McKee Street there in downtown Cristobal for a kidnapping back on August 13th. The victim stated that Johnson had been sending her threatening and obscene messages and went to her residence. He drove her to his residence then and would not let her leave. Johnson was arrested and booked into the Tom Green County Jail, where he's being held on $150,000 bond. And this wasn't the only crime news today either. At around 11 o'clock this morning, the San Angelo Police Department sent out a wanted notice for Nicholas Martinez. Martinez is wanted for murder. Details from the police have been vague, but Martinez could be involved with the homicide investigation in the death of 19-year-old Jacob Hernandez. If you have any information on Martinez's whereabouts, contact Crime Stoppers at 325-657-4333. If you see the suspect, contact 911 immediately. Martinez is considered armed and dangerous. In lighter news, the City of San Angelo City Council Tuesday morning approved the beginning phase for a new steakhouse downtown. The Copper Bull Steakhouse is looking to move in and add on to a historic home on Tuig Avenue. Most of the council was 100% on board with the idea. There were, though, concerns about ADA compliance issues and parking. Downtown San Angelo's Del Velasquez was able to clear the air. Let's watch that video.
Okay.
So they are going to put in an elevator for the second floor that will take the accessibility, and there are ramps that will be placed on the east side of the building, so that will address the ADA issue. As far as downtown San Angelo, by the way, downtown San Angelo, Del Velasquez. We obviously very much support the work that's going to be done here and the added business that it's going to create in the downtown area. As the mayor already alluded to, the landscaping that will take place in the public medium out in front of the building will also add value to what we're trying to accomplish as a downtown revitalization effort. I did learn that there is an agreement for the building catty corner, or across the street actually, from this facility. There's a parking lot there, and they have an agreement with them to use that space for additional parking. They will have valet parking available for the people attending the events or coming to eat at that restaurant. And so all the valet parking, and that will also be obviously a big help for the ADA component. And I think that pretty much covers it all.
Questions for Dale? Yes, Tom.
What kind of food?
I'm sorry?
What kind of food?
Oh, steakhouse.
Finance wanted to know.
The council did end up voting unanimously to approve the item. Now the owners will be able to go to phase 2, which is applying for a building permit. Also around town today, the talk on social media is who will be competing in this year's cinch roping fiesta. The San Angelo Stock Show and Rodeo Association on its Facebook page Monday confirmed that last year's champion, Caleb Schmidt, will be making his return. The Rodeo Association is asking fans on Facebook who they want to compete against him. Over 100 comments so far today said that the fans want San Angelo's own Ty Harris. And moving into the weather, it's actually not as hot outside. Highs today did not reach triple digits, 100 degrees, and it's not looking like we'll be back there until at least tomorrow afternoon. But for sure, on Thursday, highs will be back to around 109 degrees. And of course, no rain in the 10-day forecast. For updates on the weather, stay tuned each day to this live daily news show. And finally, the Wall Hawks took on the Monahan Lobos this past week in the team's first football scrimmage. There were no winners and losers, of course, in the scrimmages, but head coach Houston Guy and Cover One's Ryan Chadwick tell you about the little victories within the game. But before we go to that, here's a quick message from the Bass Bunch.
Save big on our great selection of trucks during our demo sale at Jim Bass Ford. Like the Ford F-150. With an available 360-degree camera package that helps you spot obstacles. And with Sync 4 technology, designed to listen and respond. And we're here to keep your F-150 at peak performance with expert service after the sale. It's time to drive a Ford F-150 XLT and get $11,000 in total savings. For this great offer, visit Jim Bass Ford today.
The Wall Hawks played their first scrimmage in Monahans against the Lobos last Friday. Like Wall, Monahans is a good team that made it to the state quarterfinals a year ago. Unlike Wall, who plays 3A football, Monahans is one division up in 4A. Despite the daunting task in front of them, the Hawks played well and even came home with a win. Head coach of the Hawks, Houston Guy, had plenty of positive things to say about his boys at practice on Tuesday. Let's take a look. All right, I'm here with head coach of the Wall Hawks, Houston Guy. Coach, had a great scrimmage against Monahans last week. I've heard some good things from you already, but just go ahead and tell the fans out there, what are your overall thoughts on the scrimmage?
I was really pleased with the way our scrimmage went. You know, we had to drive to Monahans. You know, it's a long drive to get out there. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Our kids did a really good job. I was really pleased with the speed of the game of our team. I thought overall we were the faster team. I thought we were the more physical team. And Monahans has got a great football team, but I felt like overall our team speed was better. I felt like, you know, we ended up winning the scrimmage 2-1. There were some things that we can improve on. You know, there's little things like our offensive line. We got to still gel a little bit better. Our perimeter blocking is still, we got to still secure our perimeter blocking. But overall, I thought we ran the ball really well. We threw the ball fairly good. We'd like to throw the ball a little bit better. Our pass protection has we got to clean that up a little bit. Defensively, you know, we had one miscue in the secondary, but overall, I think our defense was flying to the football. You know, creating lots of turnovers. You know, they didn't have very many drives that were more than three or four plays, and so overall, I was very pleased with the way we played.
And Coach, is there any guy or group of guys that are just standing out to you, or like made a good name for himself in the scrimmage?
You know, we had our running backs ran really well. We had Briggs Jones, you know, ran the ball really well. Hagan Barbie also ran the ball really well. Some of that, we had great perimeter blocking, but those two, they really showed their speed when they get the ball in space. You know, it's been a while since we've had some really fast kids in our backfield, and those guys really shine for us on the offensive side. You know, Gunnar Dillard running the option back there did a really good job of reading it and getting his reads right. He did a really good job of running the show back there. Defensively, you know, with Ethan Nikowitz in the middle, Logan Thomas on the end at defensive tackle, defensive end. He was a force defensively for us. Brylan White on the other side. Those guys were just hard to handle, you know. So Monahans had their hands full with their offensive line trying to block those guys.
All right, and moving into the second scrimmage before the start of the season, here in Wall, going to host Midland Christian. Coach, what do you expect it to get out of that scrimmage in particular before week one?
Midland Christian is going to bring a really good football team to to our stadium on Friday. It's going to be probably one of the best football teams that we could see all season long. They're going to be very physical up front. Their skill guys are going to be some of the best that we'll see all year long. I equate them to what a Canadian would be, athletic-wise. You know, they've got that kind of talent in their secondary and in their backfield. They're going to be a very physical football team. We're going to have to play really good. You know, we want to come out and we want to be just as physical as they are. We want to get the ball to our receivers and to our skill guys in space, just like they're going to, and be just as physical up front on the defensive and offensive lines, you know, and kind of control that line of scrimmage.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck.
Who decides where you get your hair cut? You do. An oil change? You do. How about an MRI? That's right, you do. And it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Get a doctor's orders. Tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. Let us do the rest. We call you to schedule an appointment, we call your insurance, and we send the results to your doctor. You need a doctor's orders, but a doctor can't order you where to go. It's your health, your choice, your MRI.
While the Hawks played well, Coach Guy thinks that they still have plenty of room for improvement. Wall gets another shot this Friday when the Hawks host Midland Christian out at Wall. The JV starts at 6 o'clock and the varsity plays at 7 p.m. Come out and support the Hawks this weekend. And of course, for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, be sure to check in every day at sanangelolive.com/sports.
Our job is about so much more than cleaning floors. It's about personal investment.
We're always looking for opportunities to bring joy to everyone in the house.
So often, it's the small acts of kindness that mean the most.
You see, caring for people isn't new, even if they are.
At Carpet Tech, serving is always personal.
And that's it for news, weather, and sports. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for another edition of the show. For the team here at San Angelo Live, I'm Yantis Green.